What do we got, dog?
Got a walleye.
Smile, you're on candid camera. We had a little sauger, now this is the first, well, not keeper, but he's a walleye. He's in the boat.
On a minnow.
On a minnow. Minnows are rocking at 8 o'clock in the morning, Lake Francis case. What's up, fisher people? I got my Bloomendale's hat on today, which does not sponsor the channel, but they should someday because it's not exactly my last name, but it's damn close. We just got back from Platte, South Dakota a few days ago. We were fishing Lake Francis Case, which is a reservoir on the Missouri River. It runs from all the way down to Pickstown, actually, and up through the Chamberlain area. We've been going to Platte the last couple of years because the quality of the fish has actually been pretty good up there. But it was an interesting trip, to say the least. We got there the first day. We had a half day and we left it, I don't know, I think I took off at 6 in the morning or something like that. Good morning, fisher people. I am on my way to Platte, South Dakota, and the Missouri River to do one of my favorite things in the world, walleye fishing. That's right. I will be there in, I don't know, like 5 hours. Anyway, more photos and videos to come. Now, back to your regularly scheduled workday. And we ended up getting there on the water by about noon. And the bait shop that we stopped at didn't have any minnows because they were getting a new minnow tank. And I guess they didn't keep the old one before they got the new one in. So we didn't have any minnows. It was only a half day. It was a warm day. It's getting towards late May almost. I thought, okay, you know, maybe we can pull this off with just crawlers. Not a lot of success. I got a few fish here and there. They weren't really enjoying the crawlers, and that was kind of that. But then we went back to kind of old hat spots. We went back to Dock 44 Marina. We initially tried north. Didn't have a lot of luck up there. We went up to Red Rock. Got one little fish quick, and then got a couple more little ones a little further south, and then finally decided to go south past the bridge and head towards Platte Creek. And the bluffs between Dock 44 and Platte Creek were a lot more successful.
That fish, close. 14 probably. This is a hot spot, man. There you
go. Show me your prize, dog. That might go. That's gonna be close.
It's gonna be close.
Probably 14er. We'll see. We did well at late afternoon that day, even with crawlers. Yeah, so we still had crawlers that day. Dock 44 didn't have minnows either. So it turns out there's also a minnow shortage because of some of the flooding, and I think a lot of the minnows are coming from Minnesota. So a lot of places were running short on minnows. So we had 2 days in a row where we couldn't get a hold of minnows in May for fishing, which was not ideal at all. We still managed to catch probably 30 fish, something like that, in 3 keepers. But minnows would have helped a lot. So finally, the third day, the second full day, we got our minnows and we got out on the water. And right away, first thing in the morning at 8 o'clock, we started catching quite a few fish, and things were pretty hot and heavy for a while. Hey, Cook, you might need a net. Sucks fish. Fish there. And Byers still working on these over here, which we think is maybe in the neighborhood of 17, 18 inches. No, that might be closer
to 19, I think.
Solid fish. It was cold again. It was a little windy, but it was productive. But the thing this year, and I don't know if it has more to do with the walleyes being on the spawn, because we did see some males milking, not all of them, but if we caught them in the backs of some creek bays, we did notice they're still milking. So there's definitely some spawning activity going on. So that probably explains some of the absence of the larger females that we didn't find, and the plethora of juvenile males that were running around chasing baits. I mean, we caught so many 12 and 13 inch fish, and also a ton of like 5-inch walleyes. it was just bizarre. Cookie on the board. It's a fish.
It's a fish.
It's a fish.
Got one.
I don't remember catching that many little fish at Platte in a long time. Last couple of years, the quality's been really good. If you caught a fish, typically it was a keeper, and most of them were between 15 and 20 inches. But this year, you probably had to catch 8 to 10 little ones before you could catch a keeper. That was kind of the ratio that was going on. So we did manage to get darn close to a limit on that last day. We caught about 80. We lost count after 60 some. We got near 80 fish and wound up with 10 keepers between 15 and 19 inches. So a lot of action. It was fun. It was a solid trip, especially once we got the minnows. I definitely would have liked to have thrown one bigger fish in there. One of the guys did have on a really nice fish. We didn't get to see it, but it was definitely taking him a lot longer to get in, and it ended up shaking the hook at one point. So don't know what you don't know, but I think we had a pretty decent one on the hook that unfortunately couldn't quite get in. But all in all, it was a lot of fun. You know, that first night that we were there, a cold front and a storm moved through. So it was like 80 some degrees, and then tanked into the 50s. Both of the second days were in the 50s, cloudy. It rained every single day at some point. It stormed 2 or 3 different nights. It hailed a little bit. We had a lot of wind on the last day, but we toughed it out. It was a great time. Caught a lot of fish, a lot of fish. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up our first trek to the Missouri River. I like to get out to Platte because it's kind of an early warm-up round, you know, when the fish are hitting there and they're not quite going yet up north in Lake Oahe and Lake Sacagawea, where it's a little colder, a little deeper yet. So it's a good warm-up as we get in and get ready for some of the bigger fish in the bigger bodies of water later this year. We'll hope to keep it rolling, and yeah, hopefully you can enjoy this video and some of the action.
Bam!
Got it. Nice fish. On a minnow again. Byers got the hot hand today.
That's a keeper. Oh yeah.
Just about didn't net him.
Damn.
Nice job, B.
Oh yeah, that's a 17. That's nice fish. Good work, man.
What do you got there, man?
17-inch. Female.
Solid. I like it.
On minnow.
First keeper in the boat.
That's the 4-0 for the score today for keeping track.
Fire's on fire today. I like it. Thanks for watching another fishing video. If you liked it, click the button to say so, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And if you want to go fishing with us, check us out at bloomendaalfishing.com. And if you didn't like the video, I'm sorry. I'll try harder next time.